Hey beautiful, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to do an eyeshadow tutorial because I feel like it's been a while and I am absolutely itching to use these on one of my videos, you guys, because they are so pretty. And since I did my hair purple last night, I'm thinking we're going to have to go in with my Morphe 35P as well. Though I'm not sure how I'm going to put all of these palettes together. I have an idea of where I want to go, and I think it's going to be awesome either way. Alright, lovely. So I already threw some eyeshadow primer on and I set it with some translucent powder. And I think I want to start with the Masquerade Mini. I want to go in with Bori, and that's a really pretty like hot pink matte, but it's got some glitter in there. It doesn't really show up too much, but it'll be really pretty up in our crease to brow bone area. And I know I don't usually go in with super bright colors to start off, but this one doesn't go on as heavy as most of the other really bright colors that are in these palettes. So I'm just gonna start off by windshield wipering that all up on there. Once I get a little bit on there with the windshield wiper movement, I feel like buffering it out, doing the small little circles like that, I feel like really helps spread the first couple of transition shades a little bit more evenly than if I had just kept going. Another alternative to that is to kind of go on the sides and do little swipes and just blend it up towards the middle. And that's another good way to blend the first couple of transition shades on your crease area. So once I'm happy with the intensity of the color, I'm just going to go along the edge there and smooth it out a bit before moving on to the next shade, which I think we are going to reach into the Morphe 35P for. I think I would like to use the super bright purple right here and see how this goes. I think it'll make a good first transition shade for my crease because there's a couple of darker purples in the other Juvia's Place palettes, and I think this will be a good place to start there. So I'm going to just add a little bit more to my favorite blending brush again and throw it up on there. Oh, that stuff goes on pretty bright right off the bat. You really don't need much with a lot of Morphe's like more colorful matte shades. They go on really nicely. I'm going to take a smaller and stiffer blending brush, this Glamour Dolls one that I got in my Ipsy last month. I'm loving it for the crease. And this will really help get right down in the crease with this beautiful purple right down here. It's a really deep but vibrant purple matte, and it's in the Zulu palette. This has got to be one of my favorites with all the bright colors. And yeah, so we're just going to throw this in our crease. Ooh. Yeah. Alright, now that I've got that softened up and rounded a little bit, I am going to go in with the Magic palette. And this color down here, this is Ife, I believe is how you pronounce it. Anyways, it's a really dark, like deep purple, and I think it'll be perfect for adding some depth in our crease today. So I'm going to go in with that smaller, stiffer blending brush from Glamour Dolls again, and I'm going to just tap the pan gently and check it out, girl. It comes right up, no problem. That's one thing about the Juvia's Place palettes. I gotta say the mattes and the shimmers are equally awesome for the most part. Maybe one or two colors throughout the three palettes have been so far, but whew, that purple is really deep, and just be gentle when you're going in with a super dark color like that. When it's super pigmented like that, you can have more dragging and like patchiness if you don't go in really lightly at first and blend and like build it up before just going right at it like I normally would with a lot of my neutral colors. Yeah, there we go. Now I can really get in there and just buff it out a bit. And if you'll notice, I'm adding just a little bit of the color to my inner and outer corner. I'm not going to put too much there, but just a little bit. Alright, girl, this is where we are at so far, and as you can see, I kind of just took the lighter shades and moved down to the darker, got them closer to my crease, and just really blended everything out. And now for those of you who are not familiar with the difference between a cut crease and a halo eye, basically a cut crease kind of elongates your eye a little bit more. You put the mattes, you can go up as high as you'd like really, but generally with a cut crease you put them a little bit lower and the shimmer and the cut is a little bit longer. With a halo eye, your mattes are a little bit taller and more contained in your eye. It's not so far out. And it's a little bit more rounded, and then you just cut your crease like right in the middle, leaving some of the darker colors on the outer edge. And with a cut crease, you basically do your whole lid. You can do a half cut crease where you do half your lid, but it's that whole thing right there. With the halo eye, it's just like kind of like one streak down the middle and blend it out a bit. So we're going to kind of combine those two today. And I'm going to take just a little bit of my Kat Von D Lock It Concealer, and I'm going to throw some on my hand and go in with my favorite brush for this type of stuff. It's really small and short and stiff, and it's kind of like, it's basically a liner brush or a detail brush, but it's a little bit more flat and doesn't have much of a tip to it. So it works really well for just kind of painting on a cream concealer or primer. What I'm doing is just taking a little bit of that concealer and kind of blending it up and out. I'm starting in the middle and just kind of cutting my lid short. Instead of going all the way to the inner and outer corner, I'm going to go a little bit further in. And I'm going to pull this up as well. Really cut my crease today. And we're going to round it out just a bit while we're at it. Don't worry, this doesn't have to be like super perfect because we're going to go back in and blend some of these mattes over top. Just get it as good as you can and go just a little bit above your crease. Find the edge of your eyeball is the easiest way to do this. Now be careful, don't be closing your eye too hard. I know that sounds weird. Like don't blink and don't blink your whole eye. I don't know how else to put it. Just be gentle because if you're not, while your concealer is still wet, it will get all over your eye space, girl. All over the place. We don't want that. We want to keep this concealer contained today. Contained. Alright, darling, so my concealer has dried and this is the shape that I went with. It's a little bit wider and more rounded than what I normally do with a cut crease. But it is ready for some shimmer, so we are going to dive right into the Magic palette again. And I'm going to go with Faso, which is a really pretty purple and blue, like metallic duochrome. And it is so gorgeous. It is just like, if there ever was a unicorn color, this is it. This is the unicorn color. So I'm going to take some setting spray on my brush. Aw, nuts. My favorite setting spray is gone. Okay, backup. Alright, we're going to use my backup favorite setting spray, and that is the Tarte Ready Set Radiant. And generally I like this for a full face, but this one right here, the Marine Boosting Mist, flippin' amazing for shimmers and such. Alright, we'll work with it. We're going to work with it, honey. So I'm going to go in with Faso, really pretty blue-purple duochrome, and just start packing it on with little swipes. And we're going to pretty much fill that whole area right there with this shade. And just keep on going. So I got that shimmer all over the place and it has finally dried. So we're going to go in with my little blending brush again and use this pretty purple to touch up the edges a bit. We're going to go around in the outer and inner corner and just a smidge in our actual crease as well. So I'm going to take just a little bit and kind of buffer and swipe it on with very like light small sweeps. I'm barely touching my eye right now and this kind of just blends it on there and it just makes the edges a little bit softer. I really like this look personally, so we're gonna do that. And instead of like a regular halo eye, I'm not gonna go in super far. I'm gonna just stick to the very outer edge of the inner and outer corners. Got the outer and inner corners of both eyes pretty well blended with that purple matte, but I still feel like something's missing. And I'm really curious what this really pretty shimmer would look like on the edges, because it's not really a purple or a pink, it's kind of a purple and pink duochrome, and it's somewhat Barney purple. I don't know, I just think it would be a great transition right there. So I'm going to spray just a little bit of setting spray on there and just add a smidge to the edges. As subtle as it is, I think it added exactly what I was looking for, and it's more of a soft transition out to that darker matte purple than it was, and I'm liking it. So we're going to carry on, and now that I've got some lower lash line liner on, I want to throw just a little bit of a neutral bit down there instead of going with some more purple or a pink like I kind of want to. I think throwing some neutrals on the lower lash line to smoke it out a bit will also balance the eye look because girl, this is really bright. And use this grayish brown tone right here to smoke out the outer half of my lower lash line, and I added some of my current favorite liquid eyeliner by Absolute New York. This is the Duo Stroke. It's double-ended and it's got like a thicker side, a thinner side. I'm really digging it right now. So next we are going to highlight the inner corner with this pretty purple down here. It's like a really pretty pearl lilac color, and then we are also going to go in and highlight the brow bone with this pretty lady right here. It looks white in the pan, but it's very much gold. It reminds me of Moon Dust from my Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette, and it's really pretty. So I'm going to start with that purple on the inner corner and just add a little something. I'm hoping that'll be bright enough to highlight there. Might go back in with some highlight over that. Right, baby doll. So I did a few touch-ups where needed, and I used both of my favorite mascaras, the Tarte Legs Camera Lashes and the Eye-Opening Mascara by Bobbi Brown. I'm just going to add some of my favorite colorful highlighters from the Blacklight palette by BH Cosmetics. I think I'm going to mix some of the pink and the purple and just throw her right on. Then we're going to move on to my lips and be done. Just went in with my waterproof lip liner from BH Cosmetics in the shade Endora. And while it's more of a dusty pink, it's a much brighter dusty pink than I normally go in with. But it's so girly and cute, I couldn't resist, and it is absolutely perfect for my Kat Von D lipstick in Mother, because these two products were pretty much made for each other, girl. These such pretty pinks, and they go with everything, even when you don't want a whole bunch of purple and pink on your face. I was just so inspired by my hair, and honestly, my husband did my hair last night. He did such a fantastic job. I'm so proud of him. After this touch-up, oh, I love me some colors, girl. I can't even explain. That's the final look with all that pink and purple on my lid and my pink and purple highlight, pretty pink lips. Let me know down in the comments what you think of this look and if it's too much or not enough. Girl, I think it's somewhere in between. I think it's perfect. for my hairdo today, so I'm feeling it. I'm gonna rock it. But for now, that is it for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and definitely let me know what you think. I got some awesomeness coming your way tomorrow, so we'll be seeing you soon. I love you, beautiful. Mwah. Bye, everyone.